You know what I find interesting about modern day relationships is that traditional roles only seem to apply when we're talking about women. Like every single man that I see wants a traditional wife or a traditional woman, but he has no desire or no capacity even to be a traditional man in the traditional sense.
Modern men want a traditional woman, but they don't want to be a traditional man. So you want a woman to come home from a job, just like you did, clean, cook, do the laundry, take care of the kids, and you guys are both going to work. Do you see how that don't make sense?
No, it does make sense. And yes, I do want you to do that.
Because let's just be real, when we're talking about being traditional, we're talking about women who stay at home, rear the children, take care of the children, take care of the household, cook, clean, laundry, and all that stuff. And then the man is the provider, and he provides the household income, and he takes care of the bills and all of that stuff. That's literally the traditional household dynamic. But nowadays, when I'm looking at a lot of different men, a lot of men who talk about wanting a traditional woman, a feminine woman, they're only talking about just having a woman who does all of the traditional woman roles, cook, clean, laundry, taking care of the kids, rearing the children. And also, she goes to work and pays half of the bills.
Are you delusional?
No.
So you're telling me that a woman has to go work like a man every day, and a man goes work, and he's tired when he gets home. A woman's not tired. She has to clean, cook, do the dishes, do the laundry. Are you kidding me?
First of all, I just want you to understand that yelling doesn't mean you're winning an argument. It's just a sign of frustration and the inability to articulate in a respectful way and make a valid point. It's a sign of low intelligence. Your point is invalid, and you sound like the rest of these unwedded women talking about, I'm going to go to work like you. Do you want me to cook, clean? If that was the case, so what? Yes, you're going to cook, clean, do this and do that.
And it's like, how that work? Like, hold on. How is that a traditional relationship dynamic? What happened to your role in this whole traditional relationship dynamic? Where do you come in this traditional part? Where is your role? And I have seen an overwhelming majority of women who are either divorced and happy, or in a unhappy marriage, or who are in a domestic partnership with their man and they're sharing a living space together. And they're all kind of saying the same things. Like, they're career women, they have a job, they go, they pay half of the bills with their man, which they're fine with. But it's like, then they'll come home and then it's like they're still expected to do all of the housework. They're still expected to do every single domestic thing. And they're exhausted and they're miserable, like literally miserable. And it's like, how can they not be miserable when literally they literally have to basically work two jobs. They have to go to work and then they have to come home and they got to clean up after their man. They got to clean up after their kids. They got to clean up. They have to cook. They have to clean. They have to do everybody's laundry. I'm a single woman. So to me, that sounds miserable and exhausting. And that's exactly how these women look. And then what's even crazier, if you think about it, after you do all of that stuff, right? You go to work, you got to come home, cook, clean, make sure everything's neat and tidy before you go to bed. You still got to have enough energy to give your man some, some good loving at the end of the night. That's got to be extra exhausting. Because if you don't do it, then he's going to be unhappy. He's going to be unsatisfied. And he's going to go out here looking for another woman to do the things that he said that you're lacking, that you're not doing. You know what's funny is that I watched a video of a guy who he broke this down so well of why a lot of women are not sexually attracted to their man anymore, or why they don't want intimacy or they don't desire intimacy with their man, is because they see their man as another child. Like, every single thing that they have to do for their man is the same thing that they have to do for their child. So like, if they ask them to do something, they bitch, whine, and moan, right? That's what a kid would do. That's a lot of times what the man would do. Like, I don't want to do that. Like, that's your job. You the woman. You the mom. You this, you that. Okay, now I'm looking at you like you my child. Then it's like, I got to clean up after you. You basically another one of my children. I'm not going to be sexually attracted to you if I look at you like you're one of my kids.
Guess what? He taking the trash out. He fixing the house. He making sure this. I have different responsibilities and different roles. A lot of modern day women don't even know that they not fit to be a wife.
It's like most of y'all are not even fixing shit around the house. If we need something fixed around the house, we're going to call somebody to come in and fix it for us. Like, you're not going to be the one who's building anything or fixing anything. Like, so it's like, it's not like you have this extra duty on top of your head to actually fix anything. We're just going to hire somebody to do that. So it's like everything about these types of relationships is extremely unappealing and miserable for women, because we're the ones who pretty much have to do everything once we get back to the house. Like, yeah, we both go to work. Yeah, you put in your little 8 hours. But when you come home, you get to kick your feet up, chill, watch the game. And that's great for you. But for me, that doesn't sound good. That's not good for the female. That's the reason why a lot of women are miserable. Let's just be like, I've seen an overwhelming majority of women who are just absolutely miserable in their relationships. And as soon as they get a divorce, they are whole new women. They are just very happy. And that is actually a shame, because it really should not be like that. We really should be happy together in a relationship, but because it's like this whole 50-50 talk only goes as far as money, and it's like the woman is still expected to do everything else. Like, yeah, we're going to split the bills 50-50. We both going to go to work, but you still the woman, so you still going to have to do everything else. Like, no, your woman is going to be miserable and exhausted, and she's going to look like shit, and she's going to feel like shit, and she's going to leave your ass.